Welcome to this brief tour of City and Regional Planning's facilities at Cornell. The campus is set on bluffs overlooking the city and Cayuga Lake in the heart of the Finger Lakes region of central New York. Our department is part of the College of Architecture, Art, and Planning, affectionately known as AAP. AAP occupies 5 buildings on the Arts Quad. The largest building, Sibley Hall, includes most of the facilities of our department. Sibley dominates the north side of the Arts Quad, but it was not always the majestic structure seen here with the statue of Ezra Cornell. Cornell was founded in 1865. This view from approximately a decade later shows the 3 buildings of Stone Row, the first buildings built for the new campus, located behind the new chapel. And the 4th building built on the campus just poking out from behind a clump of trees in the distance. That is Sibley Hall. This construction photo of Sibley is from 1870. The facade crafted from the local limestone known as Lenrock, or Cornell backwards. It was built to house the mechanical engineering program. Early pictures of the building show it filled with lathes, turbines, drill presses, and other equipment, as well as the students who were learning their skills in both design and manufacture. The engineering complex would grow substantially over the next few decades. First, a matching building was constructed 100 feet away to the east, with a power plant set in between the two. A 3rd building campaign constructed Sibley Dome in between the 2 wings. Additional structures were constructed behind Sibley that have since been demolished. But 3 of the buildings seen here remain and are part of the college. This aerial view shows the AAP complex essentially as it exists today. To the far left is the Johnson Museum of Art, designed by I.M. Pei, which collaborates closely with college faculty on programs and classes. Next is Jaden Hall, home of the Department of Art. Sibley is in the middle. CRP occupies most of the building to the left of the dome. The large square building inserted behind East Sibley is Milstein Hall, designed by Ram Koolhaas and constructed approximately 10 years ago. Extending to the right of Milstein is Rand Hall, built in 1911 as part of the engineering complex, and now the new home of the Fine Arts Library, which includes extensive holdings on planning. The building seen just above Milstein is the Foundry, which predates the university and is the lone survivor of the industrial buildings that used to line Fall Creek Gorge. It houses studios for the Department of Art. As we move through the building, you will see spaces photographed during COVID, intercut with photographs of those spaces occupied as they were intended to be used, and as we anticipate, they will soon be again. There are 4 floors in Sibley. Like the others, the first floor is a combination of offices, classrooms, and other uses. The department's 2 largest classrooms are located here, as are the department offices, some faculty offices, and our exhibition space. The department office is where you would find our 3 staff who really make the department function. There is also a desk for a student who assists the department with social media and other projects. This historic image is of the former Standard Oil headquarters building in New York City, where our college maintains a New York program. We will return to it later in this video. Our main department conference room is used for faculty and staff meetings, for student exit project defenses, and other special occasions. On the walls are plaques and awards, pictures of current students in the department, and even a small library of books by faculty. Attached to the conference room is the department chair's office. This room can also host small meetings and is where the chair works when she or he is in to visitors. As one moves down the hallway from the office, we pass bulletin boards that typically advertise the week's public lectures, as well as identify department faculty and staff. After the faculty mailboxes, we come to a section of the wall that displays the courses on offer for the semester. We typically offer around 50 courses in the department, although a few of those are duplicates, undergraduate and graduate versions of the same class. Students trying to decide what to take can find all the class syllabi in one place. Here we display student work, faculty research, and special exhibitions produced in the department or elsewhere. The exhibition seen here in early 2021 is of the team submissions for the 2020 Urban Land Institute Heinz competition. It includes a finalist team. We are proud of the fact that in the past 3 years, we have produced several honorable mentions, a finalist, and a grand prize winning team. And here we see our revered late Professor John Reps with the 2 students who helped install an exhibition on his research on French bastides just a little over a year ago. Room 115 was the original lobby of Sibley Hall. It is our favorite classroom today, with a giant historic map of London on one wall and spectacular views of the Arts Quad opposite. The room holds around 40 students and is used for workshops, our research seminar lecture series, and special events. Like all our classrooms, it is equipped with both old-school chalkboards and more contemporary digital capabilities. The largest classroom in West Sibley is Room 101, which can hold 49 people in normal times. It has pin-up space as well as chalkboards and digital projection. Room 102 is the home of the Historic Preservation Planning Program, and it's a space that includes tables that can be used during measured drawings classes, extensive libraries of materials, journals, magazines of various kinds, supplies that are used for work weekend, one of the important projects that preservation students lead in the graduate programs at CRP, and in general, a place to hang out. Faculty offices vary somewhat in size and configuration. Current full-time faculty get individual offices. Emeriti and visiting faculty typically share with one other person. The second floor of West Sibley again mixes classrooms with faculty offices. Normally better populated, this display of recent faculty publications holds multiple individual copies of articles that students and visitors can take. This area also has one of several department printers that are available for students and faculty. Beyond the printer are student mailboxes. Room 208 can accommodate approximately 35 students and is typically where the department holds its faculty meetings. It is usually configured with a long central table ringed by 2 concentric rows of chairs. Room 211 can accommodate approximately 30 students. The third floor of Sibley again contains a mix of uses. At the top of the stairs is room 309, the lounge for the Master of Regional Planning students. The lounge for the undergraduate students is also on the third floor. The Barclay Jones Lab is our principal computer lab in the department. It can accommodate 38 students at a time. A limited number of classes are held here, such as GIS. The rest of the time it is open to students as needed. Outside the lab is a space for printers. There are 36-inch and 42-inch plotters located elsewhere in Sibley for printing posters and other large images. A small conference room is available to faculty and students upon request. Our smallest classroom, room 318, can accommodate 15 students comfortably. There are multiple shared offices on the third floor for doctoral students. When they are serving as TAs, they may hold office hours here or in the conference room seen earlier. At the east end of CRP's spaces in West Sibley is Sibley Dome, the structure built early in the 20th century to connect West and East Sibley. The mezzanine space of the dome is accessible from the second floor. Before the pandemic, this area was allocated as an individual or group workspace for CRP students, with desks, computer monitors, and chairs arranged for work or conversation. The lower level of the dome is now a classroom, and there are plans to rework the space after the pandemic to make 2 complete floors of classroom and meeting space. About 10 years ago, 2 elevators were installed in Sibley that serve all levels in the building. The basement of Sibley contains offices for the college which also serve the department, such as the registrar and facilities, but also several classrooms. Rooms B10 and B12 were recently remodeled to better accommodate workshops and other classes requiring group work. They have pin-up walls, chalkboards, and digital media, as well as large conference tables. Other facilities used by CRP students and faculty are scattered throughout East Sibley, Millstein, and Rand Halls. Information technology, where students can borrow equipment and get assistance with software or hardware issues, is open from early morning till late at night, 7 days a week. Also open, at least 18 hours a day, is the Green Dragon, a cafe and hangout space in the basement of Sibley Dome. A food truck specializing in Asian snacks and meals is parked behind Sibley. Both are operated by Cornell Dining Services. Millstein Hall opened in 2011. Its upper level contains architecture studios. The lower level, various spaces used by all 3 departments in the college. Millstein Auditorium seats approximately 250 people and is used for the department's weekly lecture series, as well as for some other classes that exceed the capacity of the West Sibley classrooms. It has sophisticated digital projection and recording facilities. Outside the auditorium is Millstein Dome, meant to recall the domed area of Sibley Hall next door. The dome is used for architecture studio reviews, but also for special events, such as CRP's open house or orientation programs, or for receptions associated with events in the auditorium. Also in Millstein is the Bibliowicz Family Gallery, one of 2 galleries run by the college, as opposed to those within department control. It is seen here being used for a socially distanced classroom. But in the past several years, CRP faculty have mounted 3 exhibitions here: on the preservation of a modernist roadside inn in Pennsylvania, an abandoned hospital on Governor's Island in New York City, and in conjunction with a conference on monuments and memory, an exhibition of 1,000 images inspired by Mount Rushmore. In its first years, Rand Hall was used to build aircraft for World War I. Last year, it reopened as the new home for the Fine Arts Library, with 125,000 books serving the needs of all 3 departments in the college. The library also works with students and faculty on research tools and methods and on providing material for courses. The library has open stacks to encourage browsing. The new library includes a roof terrace with great views of Sibley Hall. It also has carrels and other spaces that students can claim to work. The 20th floor of the Standard Oil building was part of the private offices of John D. Rockefeller, and today is the home to the New York facilities for the college, which includes studios, classrooms, and offices. Each fall, approximately 10 CRP students spend the semester in New York City, participating in workshops and urban design studios, as well as other courses that help them with a deep dive into planning issues in the city. We hope you have found this brief tour of CRP spaces helpful. Of course, there are many other facilities around Cornell that are part of the student experience, from other computing facilities to other branches of the large library system, to its theaters and concert halls, its sports facilities, and extensive gardens. All the academic programs in CRP are flexible on purpose to encourage students to take classes across the university and to take advantage of all it has to offer. And sometimes the very best facility is a bit of space underneath a tree.